I had to knock it on the head, guys. I couldn't fucking, no one could hear my fucking Richard Reigns. Chat disabled for live stream. Nah, I've come off it, bro. That's why. Richard, I'm back on this one. Rocky, hold on. Who's this? Rocky Beats. Siobhan Sluts. Sean Shaver. David Collins. Hold on. The fuck, man. Still playing FIFA now, mate. Nah, I don't even have a PS, man. Do you know what? That's one thing. I'm going to buy a PS. I'm going to buy a PS. Fuck it. I need to get a PlayStation. Chris Brook. Yes, brother. 14 in. I had to knock that live on the for some reason. Right, I have got, or I am paying for the fastest fucking internet that them shitheads talk have got, right? Next FIFA coming out. Do you know what, bro? You might as well fucking write this season off for FIFA, bro. Fucking season's fucked. Yeah. Ever since this lockdown, I have had nothing but problems with my broadband. I pay £32 a month, right, for the fastest fibre, the fastest one that these dickheads at Talk do. Get stream play off all your favourite games. I started with a Master System, but that used to get taken off me a lot because I was a kid and I used to be a twat. Then I had a Mega Drive. I used to love, do you remember, does anyone remember the Master System? Sega Master System, whatever it was called. And I used to love playing Alex the Kid, and then I used to have Sonic the Hedgehog for like Mega Drive. Then it was, I remember my mate had it was a Commodore 64 back in the day. I used to have one of them. And then it was like, I've had one Xbox, which I don't really like Xbox. It was all about PlayStation, man. I remember, right, my stepdad's chipped it for me. And the first ever game I got for the PlayStation 1 was Driver. Does anyone remember the game Driver? It was shit, but I fucking loved it. I loved it, man. I never had a SNES. I prefer being outdoors. Do you know what, bro? I respect that. I've only been fishing with my brother. I'd never been fishing in my life, and I went down to see my brother in London. He's like, come on, bruv, let's go fucking fishing, yeah? So, and do you know what? I thought it was going to be boring. I fucking loved it. I found it very relaxing, actually. Decent game. Driver was sick. I used to love Driver, man. That was the first game I ever got for the PlayStation 1. Then PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4. I used to always have PlayStations, and I'd just sell them. I'd buy them, and I'd sell them. I'd get bored. Call of Duty, man. But do you know what I would buy if I had a PlayStation right now? Battlefield. I think there's a new Battlefield, and people are parachuting in and stuff. It looks fucking amazing. Battlefield, Call of Duty, FIFA. They're the only ones I can think of. Metal Gear Solid. Snake! Yeah, man, I used to love that, man. I conquered that Metal Gear Solid, the first one. Used to do all the cheats. Grand Theft Auto. Back in the day. Do you remember Grand Theft Auto when it was shit? There was like just an aerial view of like a square thing with wheels, which is supposed to be a car. I tell you what I used to love for the Master System or the Mega Drive, Sensible Soccer. Used to fucking love that game. Scored bare goals on there. It's funny times, man. GTA, yeah, that's the one. Vice City, Bird's Eye View, man. Garanga, never played Garanga. What was that one as well? Crash Bandicoot, whatever it's called. That was a good one as well, weren't it? Do you know what? The other day, I really was going to get some clippers and just shave my beard off, you know. It was doing me head in, and it was like dead dry and irritating, and I thought, I'm going to have to just fucking shave it off. I was going to do it live on here. But I can't shave my beard. I love it. Even though it's horrible, I love it. Sniper Elite, never watched it. San Andreas was a good game. San Andreas was a good game. I remember one. There was a GTA, Grand Theft Auto. What made me leave crime? It's a pretty fucking sad shit story, to be honest. It's not. Marty, we've been online for about an hour, but he must have been busy. But yeah, I left crime for my mum. And that sounds pretty pathetic, doesn't it? I was on my last stretch, right? I'll go into why I left crime, right? I was in prison, obviously, and my mum was living in Southport with some dickhead that she met on Plenty of Fish, right? She should never have moved there, but my mum makes bad decisions, right? Very indecisive. And she moved to Southport with this guy. I'm in prison, and I ring the house phone, and he answers, and he said, as your mum told you. I said, nah. He said, right, she's working 60 hours a week. She's got angina, which is a heart problem, right, which panics me massively. She's not sleeping. She's worried about you in prison, right? She's not eating. She's not sleeping. She's worried. I'm like, I've been in prison before. I'm fine. One of the biggest lads on the wing. Not that size counts for anything in prison. And she was like, yeah, well, she's not sleeping. She's not eating. She's stressed out. She's got high blood pressure. She's working 60-hour weeks. She's driving 2.5 hours to come on a visit, 2.5 hours back, stuff like that. Yeah. So I, for some reason, this conversation was just like, open my eyes, man. My mum come on a visit, and I'm sat there and I'm looking at her. I'm looking at her little hands and stuff, getting older. I'm looking at her hands getting older, and I'm listening to her breathing. And because she smokes a lot, and she still does, we've just been on a walk today, and she was fucked because she couldn't even walk. But she walked up this hill and was gasping for breath because she smokes a lot. She's on the visit with me, and she's like this. You can hear her breathing because you're going to end up with COPD, yeah. And I'm looking at her eyes with the bags under her eyes, yeah. And I just, some brain thing came on in my, some light bulb came on in my head, and I was looking at her, I thought, you know what? You're not going to be here forever, you, right? And the visit carried on, and it was like I had an out of body experience. I was looking at myself and looking at my mum, and I was finally thinking about what was in front of me, right? Which I never used to do. And the visit finished, right? And normally I'd give her a little hug and I'd go back. I wouldn't even wait for her to leave. I just walk straight, grab my ID card and back out of the fucking thing, get my bollocks out and my cock out. I wasn't even being searched. I just like getting out. No, I didn't. I used to get strip searched when I come off a visit. But this time I actually stood at the thing and I'm waiting. Give her this big bear hug, I literally didn't want to put her down. I just give her a big squeeze, yeah. And she left. I waited for her to leave, and I got like my brain was aching because I thought I'm not crying in here, and I'm not an emotional person, you understand. So I watched her leave, and she waved, and I waved, right, and then I went. I took I got my prison ID card. I got strip searched, and I went back to the wing. I got caught smuggling some fucking Skittles or fucking Starburst or whatever it was. So I've come off the visit. I've walked back to my cell, and everyone was locked up, and I've gone into my pad. I was locked behind my door. I just cried myself to sleep, man. And I woke up the next morning and I thought, you know what? I've lived this life. I've survived. I've been shot at, been stabbed, and I'm still here. So I thought, I'm not doing this no more. So I came away from it, man. I walked away from everything I'd ever known, crime and everything, for my ma, which is pretty sad. I'm not even a mummy's boy. I'm extremely close to my mum now. But my mum put me through hell when I was a kid. And it made me violent and it made me aggressive. And I became extremely violent. I was fucking psycho. I was mental. There's no doubt about it. I was fucking unhinged. And I was subject to extreme violence. And I became a product of my environment. And I was bullied for a long time. But then in year 7, someone tried to bully me. I twatted this individual. I battered. The best way to describe it, right? All my life, every time an incident had happened, it was like throwing a bottle of fizzy pop at a wall, right? It was bubbling up and bubbling up and bubbling up, and it was dinting and dinting and dinting. In this year 7 fucking fight at Royton and Crompton, right, on the top yard, right, this kid tried to start a fight with me, and everything, my whole life, I started boxing at the age of 11, and it was just to channel the aggression, right? And I ended up battering this kid. He's supposed to be one of the cocks of the year, right? Battered him, absolutely battered him, right? And from that moment on, I learned and realized that violence is a good tool to control people. And I was just violent going forward, and I never looked back. It's not a proud thing. I'm not proud of those things. I didn't want to be violent, but I realized I had to be violent for people to leave me alone. So my battering kids in school. I got kicked, I got suspended. I went back. Miss Ridings was my head of year. Then I went into year 8, was still fighting. And then I ended up getting kicked out of the school. So I went to a school in Rochdale called Spring Hill High School. And I wasn't bullied in that school at all. I played football and I was on the rugby team and stuff like that. So I tried to do it the right way now. Violence is used, if you don't, violence is not a good thing at the end of the day, right? The thing is though, people were violent to me, I was violent to other people. It just goes on that way. The violence I suffered as a kid carried with me for a long time and used to walk me like a dog on a lead. And then one day I woke up and I realized that like violence is, it was a necessity in my life. I didn't want to be violent. I didn't like being hurt, right? But when I used to get, because I was levered from a young age, I was desensitized and dehumanized from a young age. And I was very disenfranchised. I was very, very withdrawn, right? And like I said, I'm not bragging about this. It's not a bragging thing. It's actually a shameful thing, but I was a product of my environment, and that's just the way it was. I didn't want to be that person, but you have to do what you've got to do, you know what I'm saying? I'm back without my fish finger butty. I don't know what Mandy's going on about, but yeah, so violence is not the best, but it worked for me at times. So, well, it worked for me a lot of time. But then the weird thing was, when I started doing the doors, the thing is, when I was doing the doors, a lot of bouncers were like, fucking, yeah, fucking meathead, fucking jabbing myself in the arse every week, taking steroids, right? And when I was a doorman, my attitude, I'd been the pissed up punter that I'd kicked out. So there was no need for me to be a bully and to be aggressive and to be violent. I like to look after people. That was my thing. So, and like I said, there's times when I've been on the door where a pisshead swung for me. You get pissed up, can't even stand up, right? Any other bouncer would have gone bam and smashed this kid. I wasn't going to do that. What am I going to get from smashing a fucking pisshead up? Nothing. It's a bully boy tactic, yeah, man. So I remember once I was on the door and this kid swung for me, mate. I literally stood back. I just stepped to the side and he swung round and he fell. Let my guy go first. I literally put him in a taxi, sent him home. His mates came out and said, what happened? I said, he swung for me. He said, oh, you didn't hit him, mate. He's not a fighter. I said, no, I didn't hit him. I said, I was well within my rights to. I said, but I didn't. I said, I actually packed him in a taxi and fucked him off home. 2 weeks later, I'm on the door and these lads come back and they're like, oh, Cody. Well, not Cody because they didn't know me, but he's like, listen, mate, I need to apologise. I said, what about? He said, about 2 weeks ago, he said, apparently I was pissed up and I tried to hit you. I said, yeah, you did. And he just wanted to apologise, which was respect, man. And then I obviously let him back into the club and everything was fine. And then he came and tapped me on the shoulder and said, I bought you and your mate on the door a drink behind the bar. I said, respect. And that's what it was about, man. These people, when they're pissed up, you've got some dickheads and stuff. People that wouldn't say boo to a goose when they're pissed up, right, are trying to fucking throw down and stuff like the fucking hard men or something. They're fucking weird. Then there's kids that... When I was drunk for some reason, when I'm pissed, I'm not aggressive. I'm so chilled when I'm pissed. I want to hug everyone. I want to be everyone's friend when I'm pissed. When I'm sober, I'm antisocial. But yeah, it's just a weird fucking thing, man. I don't know. Just one of them things, man. But yeah, man. So please don't tell me that this thing's fucked up again because nobody's talking. There's no comments. Edinburgh, rhubarb and ginger gin. I'm not even drinking. I'm not even a fucking big drinker, but I've met one of these. Rob Ellis beating a doorman. Fucking hell, it must have been a fucking bug beating, bro. That's got to be GBH, that. I can't fight when I'm drunk, nights out. Purely for funny, sober, I'll fight. I love that. Do you know what? That is a fucking... By Aldo there, that's a good fucking... I love that. Hi, Cody. Shell. I hope your uncle... Shell's uncle is a lifer. I hope she doesn't mind me disclosing that. And he's currently in Whitemore. And he's not in the best of health. And I'm hoping to God that he survives it because he's 70-odd-year-old, bless him. I'm on the Fosters. I'm fucking... Cheers. What time are we on, people? 5 to midnight. I've not even had my fucking tea yet. Shit. But yeah, man. Like I said, I just, yeah, violence is not a good thing. TikTok, teetotal, respect. Could drink just what you got, Cody. So, Mr. Smith, John Smith, might be an alcoholic, or it might be his real name. So that was a pineapple and raspberry. I don't even drink cider. I'm not really a big cider drinker. I bought 3 yesterday. And then today, I've randomly bought 3 cans of Edinburgh gin, rhubarb and ginger gin liqueur. And I just bought them for the sake of fucking buying them. Whenever I'm out and about, for some reason, I'm in a shop, I just buy shit for the sake of it. You test your Mai Tai on punters. Fucking evil, you Rob Ellis, Thai bastard. I think you need to change. Do you know what, brother? Do you know what, Marty? I fucking agree with you. I agree with you. That bottle's nice, not too bad. The kind of gin. I'm not really a gin drinker. I'm more of a. I'm not even a big drinker at all. I'm not a big drinker. I'm not like, you won't find me, like, very rarely will you find me with a beer full of a fridge full of beers. My fridge is full of water, flavored water, and strawberries and shit, and milk. But yeah, man. Do you know what? 18,700 subscribers I've reached today. Now, it's not the highest number, but I'm not after the highest number. What I want is quality people. I don't want a load of fucking idiots. I'm quite blessed. Malcolm Salmon. Then I changed. Yeah, man. I think, do you know what? I don't have kids personally. I can't stand the little shits. But I think when people have a kid, when men have kids, it definitely seems to change their outlook. Not all of them, because there's a lot of deadbeat dads out there. But a lot of people, a lot of men, when they've had a kid seems to be a definitive moment in their lives where they start to relax. Do you know Daniel Ward? I've heard of the Ward family if it's one of the Wards, but I don't know who that is, no. Anyone got a spare PC with Windows 10 for Coda? Nah, man. Don't need people buying me stuff. I drink 2 liters a day, but I make up for it. Chill them. Yeah, man. Really, really warm. The YouTube channel's climbing, but it's been a very slow process. Very, very slow process. It's just one of them things, man. Like, people just like, I thought, oh, yeah, kids, I can't stand little fuckers. Answer me, I'm intrigued. Answer what? Answer what? Answer what? 59 stitches in Oldham. I thought I was the part, but a 5-foot lad gave me 50 stitches in Oldham. Where was that? Not like fucking. You get recognised much? A lot. Like, not a lot. No, that's wrong. Not a lot. It happens quite frequently, though. Can I add you on Facebook? I don't accept strangers. My Facebook is very much for friends and family, guys. But people message me on there and stuff, and I go back and forth, and we swap messages and stuff. You need to get on Sean Atwood, Cody. Marty, I've already been on Sean Atwood, brother. It's got 310,000 views, bro. I've done Sean Atwood, bro. I've been on Sean's channel, man. Sean's a legend. I like Sean a lot. Sean's wicked. What I want to do, I want to lose the weight. Right? I want to lose the weight. I'm out of shape massively, right? But I want to lose the stomach, and then I want to get back into the gym. I just want to go to be a big fucking meathead and just go back to fucking. I want to start boxing again, and I want to get into the gym and start doing weights again. That's what I want to do. I think it'll channel me. The thing is, what I find relaxing at the moment, which keeps me sane, is walking. I love walking. I can walk for miles, man. I'll be on the phone to somebody there, or I can just walk and listen to music with my headphones in, bopping away. Just, man. Yeah, man, that's what I mean, Matty. So what I'm doing, I'm walking. So, because I can't go to the gym, I'm walking. That's what I'm doing. You should do MMA, Cody. I can't, yeah. I'm too old, bro. I'm 36 now. So I'd love to have fought, though, back in the day. I would have loved to have gone back to be. If I could have my time over again, I'd definitely be in MMA. Pardon me. Right, guys, I'm going to do till 25 past, and I'm going to knock it on the head. You're 36. I'm 36 as well, Annette. I turned 37 in December. Cool. 2003. What's this? Hold on. Whoa, what's the thingy saying? Big lad that did me half my size. Lucky to be here. Never too old. 1,700 subscribers. Blessed. Gonna leave it here, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. If you need my phone number, get it on my channel and hit me up. Cody out.